times. Endpoint trying to prove that there's still a team to be respected, but Oxygen really trying to live up to that expectation so many have placed on them.
Yep, and definitely a clean slate in theory, but there's still a lot of expectation here for Oxygen to come out here and show that they can beat a team that played above their station, so to speak, in Endpoint. It's like, if you want us to seriously consider that you've turned the corner and you've really developed into that top level team that we all know and have expected for so long, then you need to beat Endpoint here.
And I like that attempt from Relating Wave, trying to get up to the ceiling to get his jump back, set up a shot. And good defensive touch from Virtuoso. Numbers advantage. Metzenaris trying to get this ball around Farah. But the laying his life down for that demo. Another demo for Relating Wave. It's getting aggressive already for Endpoint.
Definitely a strong physical start that you would expect from them, to be sure, but managing it well is Oxygen. Astral taps to Chaussette, and this one's probably going to stall out here. Farah just needs to play for some time.
Relating Wave directly off the wall. Metzenaris was quick to get there. Virtuoso will swoop in past Astral. Farah in the corner. It's dunked on by Virtuoso. Shot from Relating Wave just high. That was a great scoring chance. Now the net vulnerable. Chaussette was on empty. If he had a lick of boost, he might have been able to score on that open net.
You can see just some flaws in the approach for Oxygen on that transition. Not necessarily even the fact that they were what? Oh, no. Forget all the offense. The defense is the problem here. Farah jumps up for this one, can't quite find the first touch. And then the guy behind him as well, not able to just make contact. And Relating Wave able to just walk into the net.
Now Farah decided to stay on the ground and jump. If he decided to go on the wall a bit earlier, I think he might have been able to get there in time. So a bit of a defensive hiccup. Oxygen giving up a few chances as well. You even think back to when Relating Wave banged that shot off the crossbar.
Yep.
Endpoint, multiple quality chances so far. Demo from Virtuoso. Sure that won't be the last time I say that.
Guaranteed.
And that was a very good demo because that player was coming in for a shot opportunity, but Endpoint made it fizzle out before anything got going. A good read off the crossbar. That was a chance. Chaussette was just off.
And the thing that makes that sting even more for Oxygen is Chaussette read that play cold. I mean, he saw exactly where that one was going, positioned to catch the clear and everything, knew he was going to have the uncontested shot, and that one is just off the mark. And the fact Chaussette didn't put that one under the crossbar is so frustrating.
And he misses that, putting Astral in an awkward spot. Infield pass, Virtuoso out of boost. Astral testing Relating Wave. Very efficient on his boost usage there. Relating Wave. Strong defensive presence. Chaussette to the corner. Bounce right to Virtuoso. He'll stay with it. Delayed pass. Endpoint. Playing keep away. Now the shot. Chaussette gets the save, and Farah will be able to come in and help out. That is a tough save to make when you're falling into net like that. To not only get the touch, but prevent that follow-up.
Yeah, honestly, didn't think he would be able to get enough on it to even push it out, but Virtuoso now double tap denied by Farah. Demo at the top of the box puts Metzenora in time control mode. He'll throw it out to Virtuoso as everything, I think, going to stall out a little bit here, and they have an extended stay in the corner.
And a dunk. Metzenaris. Who was that? Was that Farah that was trying to dribble this out and it just didn't work?
Yeah, Farah definitely catches this one, and I think he kind of got blindsided there from Metza because he was following that ball all the way down with ball cam, and by the time he makes that first touch and really gets his bearings, Metzenaris has already cut across him and just takes it away.
That ball cam, you know, if Farah took ball cam off for a split second, he might have seen that Relating Wave was there. Farah getting bumped from behind as well. Relating Wave up to Virtuoso. Chaussette last back. Will he make the stop? Yes, he will. Virtuoso let that ball get away from him.
I think Virtuoso was actually trying to make it look like he was going to go for an air dribble to open the space, but Astral's going to take it on transition, turn it into a goal, and keep it tight with 36 left.
And that demo from Farah prevented that third man from being in position to get the stop. Astral, the net was open. I was a bit worried when I saw him go for that backboard hit, but Astral has those double taps locked in. And Oxygen still within striking distance. Shot set, hard off the ceiling. Farah, low hit, and Metzenaris will clear it downfield. Astral needed to get that boost. That have an awkward ball. Lots of time wasted on that play. And now the goal from Relating Wave. That's going to put it out of reach. Too much time wasted in the corner. And eventually, Endpoint closed in on him.
Yeah, Astral really trying his best to just give them a little bit of space to work with. Unfortunately, it doesn't go out to the corner. It kind of just floats out towards the middle of the pitch, and Relating Wave jumped all over it.
Shot set, blocked by Metza. And game one, all Endpoint. That was pretty one-sided for a majority of it. Endpoint, multiple scoring chances, demos coming in. Endpoint, they really looked like they outclassed Oxygen in that game. You know, Gibbs predicting Oxygen. He's got a lot of faith, but Oxygen just can't seem to find that rhythm.
It's really quite fascinating for a team like Oxygen as well, because I was with Gibbs during the pre-show. I was like, Oxygen, you're going to do better. And to come out here in game one, and to be fair, I think this one could have went differently, but like those key shot opportunities that Oxygen were able to create, they really couldn't score. I mean, it took Astral scoring that tight angle for them to get something in. Like, the shot that sticks in my mind was when Chaussette just read that clear miles away and then just punches it off the bar, and it's like, how are these guys not scoring those?
Well, but at the same, or on the other end, though, Endpoint also hit the crossbar as well. Relating Wave starting out the game hitting the crossbar. I think they could have put more goals in as well if they were shooting perfectly. So Oxygen is going to have a lot to figure out. I think they struggled quite a bit, especially on the defensive end, whereas Endpoint looked strong throughout. Farah, the drop down, Relating Wave, first to it by a mile. Astral does get the double tap, and Farah will get a nice touch. But opted not to go for the shot there, and the pass was easily blocked. Now double commit, Astral bumping into Chaussette as well. Farah in the midfield will try to slow things down.
And that's that kind of disjointedness that's really costing Oxygen a lot of chances, you know, because if you've got Astral, wait, what?
Relating Wave.
Relating Wave here.
Yeah, if you watch him, he turns a bit early. You can see him come out of net. Yeah, you want to be more on the goal line. Left too much space above his head, and Astral spotted that mistake.
Oh, Relating Wave. I think everyone knows that Relating Wave is a lot smarter than that. I think every now and again, you know, you just go full bonehead. That was it.
It's easy to do, especially if you lose track of where you are on the field.
Yeah, could have thought he was closer to the goal line or something.
Or perhaps it was just arrogance. You know, there's no way Astral will shoot this. Perhaps trying to get down in case it was an infield pass attempt. Who knows? Relating Wave couldn't go for that pass. Opted to get the boost instead. Virtuoso, low boost, flick denied by Chaussette. Now Astral off his back wall. Bumped Metza a bit. Relating Wave goes for the flip reset. The dunk almost had it on the goal line. Relating Wave trying to make some plays.
Going for redemption, and the pressure building from Endpoint here, and another big block from Relating Wave. Chaussette is caught backwards, so they're still going to be able to build some pressure here on the Endpoint side, but getting that ball into the corner is extra time that Oxygen desperately needed there.
Very good challenge from Chaussette as well. Got the big clear, got that touch as well. That saved Oxygen some trouble. Corner pass attempt. Relating wave, an awkward line on it. Hit it off the ceiling, but Metzenaris so close in support. Metzenaris seems like he's always there to help out no matter what kind of touch comes his way. Metza finds relating wave. It pops straight up. Low boost for Virtuoso. Still gets the hit downfield. Farah, let that get away from him. Astral is way out of the play. Virtuoso misses his infield pass. And now Chaussette gets blocked away. Oxygen maintaining this 1-goal lead.
Oh, and this is really awkward here. Oxygen, they're willing to risk it all. Like Astral going for this. I mean, if he comes up empty, you said it earlier, he will be way out of the play. But so far, Oxygen starting to press decently well on Endpoint. Endpoint not really having much command of the ball, definitely playing very reactive defense here, and that's a big clear to at least get them some field position to work with.
Infield pass, it was the right idea, too far away from relating wave. Now Astral with room, so good in these situations. Lets it drop down, goes for the shot, but it was saved by Metza.
Like you said, the guy you need at the time you need. Farah with a chance to put one away. Virtuoso called upon to make a desperation touch with his teammate missing it right here.
Yeah.
And Farah ate it up.
And that's not much you can do there. If you're Virtuoso, you're expecting relating wave to get a touch on that. Virtuoso only had 10 boost as well. Farah, big goal, however, getting an insurance goal for Oxygen, and Oxygen now find themselves playing defense. Numbers advantage. Farah has Astral in the middle, and Metzenaris will still make that stop.
Like you said, you can always depend on him. If you need a touch, he will be there. Metza reading the 2-on-1 very well. Chance here for Endpoint. There's the bump on net, and it tips into Metza. They'll turn it in.
Virtuoso gets a bump in the corner on Farah, picks up a pad, bumps Chaussette, it accidentally hits it into Metzenaris for that goal. Virtuoso, I love his approach to the game. You know, just go in, throw some punches, see what happens.
You said it. That won't be the last time you'll say bumped by Virtuoso, and it wasn't.
Endpoint. Move things to within 1. And Oxygen, with how good these players are on paper, you got to think that, you know, perhaps there's something on that mental side that is holding them back. Whether it's confidence, trust, something. They're going to have to get this win. That would be disastrous if they give up that 2-goal lead late.
Oh, they might have.
Astral. Patience on the backboard. Relating wave will have Virtuoso in the middle, but it's cut out. Metzenaris will make that save. It's a good challenge as well. However, Astral goes towards net. Relating wave hard off the corner. Virtuoso taps it up to Metza. Metza off the backboard to Relating wave. Relating wave, the drop down! Save on the goal line. And Chaussette will clear it downfield. Oxygen, hold on, but it got dicey near the end.
Hold your breath, but let it out, because they pull out the victory, if only barely. At the end of the day, though, the dub is in there. It's tied 1-1. Oxygen fight back. A lot of saves to be made. Endpoint with some good presses, but there was a point in the middle of that game where I was actually really liking Oxygen's approach. Oxygen's approach on offense. Despite having so many saves in this game, there was a point where Endpoint really had to think about how they were playing defense and what they wanted to accomplish in terms of getting the ball out of their own half.
And that's, I think, exactly what Oxygen needs to do is have Astral, have Farah, Chaussette, not be afraid to move up and go for that shot. Take a few risks. You can't play incredibly slow, especially against Endpoint. Otherwise, you've got somebody breathing down your neck looking for bumps and demos. You just got to speed it up and get Astral or Chaussette those shooting chances in the middle. Farah coming through in a big way as well with that insurance goal that ended up being the game winner.
Well, you said take a few risks, James. I think Astral is the guy that's 100% willing to take all the risks.
Oh, yeah.
And he will depend heavily on how Farah and Shawset are able to follow up for those.
And if you got a guy with some space and boost, Astral is one of those players that you hope is the guy in that situation. Endpoint, however, last game, especially on the replays, we saw a relating wave. Big defensive mistake that led directly to a goal. So Endpoint not playing perfectly either. Still almost brought it back in those final seconds. Early on, we see Oxygen maintaining possession, trying to wear down this Endpoint defense. Low boost. We see Virtuoso and Metza both on 0. Finally, Virtuoso will pick up a corner boost to come in to support Relating Wave. Might have a shooting chance, but good speed from Shawset. Metza floats one over to Virtuoso. Virtuoso had the shot, but it was a bit predictable. Shawset with the challenge. Virtuoso on the dribble. High flick. Farah to the sidewall. Metza to the corner. Virtuoso couldn't get the touch. Virtuoso turns quickly, however. Finally, he'll retreat and leave things up to Relating Wave. Oh, and the missed boost steal from Relating Wave.
Yeah, it could have paid dividends because, look, Astral's the one that picks it up, and now he's got free reign to just punch that ball over the side. You know, a lot of people don't realize just how inconvenient it is to miss a boost pad at the top level of play. But if you drive for 100 and you miss it, oh, man. Like, you already know that you just lost all the pressure.
You know, I do that I drive around boost like it's my job, and it hurts every time.
You can get away with it early, but up here, oh, man, it's bad if you have to waste those seconds to either let the other team have it or back up to go get it, because the rotation, everyone gets a little confused, like, why are you late? And then you just kind of scratch your head and go, because I missed the boost.
And not only that, but it was Astral that got it. So,
yeah.
You know, you're playing with fire. Team bump there from Metza on Relating Wave. Astral lays it up. Metza out of boost. We've seen boost struggles. Again, Virtuoso and Metza empty, but Metza gets that mid boost. Perhaps that'll be something for Endpoint. Well, Virtuoso had to get a big challenge on the goal line.
I am always impressed with anyone who can make a save in that scenario where you've got the guy facing straight towards the net and you're sideways. Pulling those goals off the board is truly a defensive feat, because all the momentum and, you know, all the drive on the ball is headed towards the net. So to keep that out like that is no small ask.
It's treacherous. You know, it's like you're walking on a tightrope. You have no room to make a misstep. Still scoreless. We're under 2 minutes left to play. Relating Wave tries to switch the field. Astral had that play read, however. Virtuoso, strong hit downfield. Relating Wave will take possession. Going for the block. Astral, light hit. Good challenge from Virtuoso. He's going for the backboard pass, but Shawset will break things up. Lovely infield pass from Metza, and Relating Wave is denied by Farah.
Real well defended there from Farah. It was a good setup from Endpoint. Just Relating Wave didn't have enough space to really decide which side of the net to put it towards, and Shawset on the breakaway will force Metza into an awkward position.
And so many times this game. Oh, and now an awkward situation. Metza on no boost. I was going to say, Metza and Virtuoso have been on empty so much this game. And this lack of boost was the reason Astral was able to get it around Metza. Metza was on the backboard, but had nothing to get the stop.
Combine that with a real nice touch behind him as well, and Metza knows he has to commit to just trying and blocking the shot. And Astral, real nice bit of acrobatics in the air, and he's got an open net here, and it's off the bar. Shawset will not be able to secure the 2-goal lead, so Endpoint still alive with under a minute.
And now Virtuoso! Full field counterattack, Relating Wave. That was an excellent pass and an equally excellent finish.
Oh, and Astral, I think as he rotated into the net, I think his wheels might have clipped that lip going in, and I think he might have lost control. Otherwise, he could have had a shot at making that save. But either way, big equalizer from Virtuoso. Chaussette tries to get it done off the kickoff, slams it off the wall.
Virtuoso will fling it downfield. Metza, not the greatest approach. Chaussette with the challenge. Astral going for the double. Hits it at that angle. Astral, what a shot.
Oh, man. When you score redirects like this one, that is... Ooh. I mean, I swear every defender in this game is going to think, yeah, that's going to hit off the backboard. There's no way you get on top of that one enough to keep it on target. But Astral continues to prove everyone wrong, despite what everyone knows he can do.
Astral, without a doubt, he is an impact player, and that was an impact goal. Huge double tap. That was a tough angle, made it look easy. Oxygen will now move ahead in the series 2-1. Endpoint, they kept it close, but ultimately Astral was just too much for him.
When you rip off a double tap like that one to secure a game win, ooh, you're right. Plays like that determine who impact players are, and you can always believe that Astral, even if it's not going to turn into a goal, is going to make you sweat. And ever since he's entered the scene, just dazzled people with his mechanical prowess, and that is exactly what brings them the victory here.
And that was an action-packed final minute. All 3 goals of the game coming in that final minute. And then that finish as well. Astral, he lives up to his reputation over and over again. And now a kickoff goal opportunity. Chaussette will get there in time. It was a race to the ball, and Chaussette will win it.
Chaussette's had a hit-or-miss series so far, I think, but able to flip around Metza, and really the ability to just make sure that one got going the right side of the net there to beat the last guys. I think the best thing that could have happened for Chaussette, because I definitely think he can tell himself that he's not playing good Rocket League, but, when Astral picks the team up and gets a big win, and then you start off hot with a big goal to kick off Game 3, it'll be looking pretty good. Or Game 4, excuse me.
And he really didn't have much space to work with. Had to dodge that bump.
Mm-hmm.
Speed flipped perfectly over the bump. Got to the ball quickly. Actually landed and jumped into the ball as well. And I think that was necessary to get that extra speed on the ball. There was a defender streaking back that I think would have been able to get that stop had Chaussette not played that perfectly. Farah will test Virtuoso here. Virtuoso dribbling it to the corner. Again on empty. We've seen him struggle with boost. Him and Metza, so many points in this series stuck on empty. Farah will take things back, wrapping around his own back wall. Bit of a collision there between Virtuoso and his teammate. Metza will leave this for Virtuoso. Off the corner and down. Astral with a booming clear.
Man. You'd be surprised at, those clears are the ones that never show up on the stat sheet, but those are the clears that every team wants to be able to make 100% of the time. Those strong timing-based clears off of those walls that just punch the ball all the way to the other side of the pitch. Doesn't even matter if you hold on to it. That's a valuable touch.
And that getting it to the open space as well. And Astral, he reads the double tap off the arc. We saw him at the crossbar in the last game. Gets another chance at it, and he hits that shot. Oh, man.
No boost either. I mean, talk about understanding the timing of how that ball is going to come down and being in the exact right time at the right place. Just incredible.
No doubt, Astral, world class. Astral breaking up that play as well. Chaussette chipping off the backboard. Virtuoso will get the challenge, but it's down to Astral. Astral will backboard pass, steal the boost. Farah shot, bounces in. Relating Wave was awkward on the goal line, and Farah will get the third for Oxygen.
Brutal 3-0 lead. Relating Wave, like you said, the wheels go up on the sidewall. Really makes it near impossible to have any chance except to try and save the shot. Farah uncontested, just make sure it's got a decent bit of pace on it, and it'll be tough to save. And 3-0. Endpoint falling apart here.
Judging by game one, I thought that the desk was going to be right. Is it Jorby and Leaf picking Endpoint here?
Yep.
Gibbs, the sole Oxygen believer. And as the series has progressed, Oxygen playing better and better. And really, I think a lot of it, you have to give credit to Astral.
You have to.
Some huge plays.
He's the one who's got him this far for sure. But to be fair, to their credit, Farah and Shawset have hit two big...
Look at that.
How does that one find its way into the net here?
Let's take another look.
Poked forward, and Farah just goes for a challenge, and every now and again you get lucky. Goes straight in.
Tough break there for Endpoint. Farah will pick up his second, and you know, you're right, Achieves. We saw that the goal from Farah was a game 2. Got that second goal, the insurance goal that ended up being that difference maker.
And Shawset starting off game 4 here with that kickoff goal, really kind of getting them set up for success.
All around a team effort. But in those big moments, you know, you're not afraid to pass that ball over to Astral and see what he can do with it.
Oh, yeah. Never be afraid to feed the hot hand, and Astral has absolutely had that today, that's for sure.
And this is, you know, if Oxygen can get one more, certainly that would be, even now, 4 goals, with less than 2 minutes left. A tall order. Oxygen, they started out a bit shaky, but so far have been picking up speed with every game, and now they're starting to pull away big time.
And if you're Endpoint, kind of left scratching your head a little bit. They really didn't make, you know, the world's most egregious mistakes. I mean, if you think about all the game-winning goals, I mean, Astral has one with the world's sickest angle double tap of the day. And then you also have goals like this where it just runs away on them because they know they need to score. But it's really just been Oxygen has made the big play when they really needed to. And that's what's put them ahead in this series. And game 4 started off poorly, and then you try and do too much and it gets out of hand.
Yeah, that game 3 goal, that game 3 double tap by Astral really, I think, will be the defining point of this series. Oxygen looking very good, and 2 challenge goals from Farah this game.
Yeah.
A dunk on Relating Wave, and then speeding to that challenge, getting there first. Farah amping things up. And now another double tap attempt. Rebound will come out to Farah. And Oxygen, there were some questions, I think, going into this matchup. You could tell even by the desk's predictions. But Oxygen answering some questions here with a strong Game 4 win over Endpoint and a series win 3-1.
Try to put a little cherry on top there was Astral, but Endpoint, you know, sometimes it happens. Oxygen able to come through and have a fantastic series despite the poor start. Like you said, mostly on the back of Astral. Shawset and Farah doing their part, picking up everything as it needed to be picked up. And like you said, when you need a guy to take risks, let Astral take him, because more than often than not, he does not come up short.
So we've got back-to-back wins now for Team Oxygen. Maybe Gibbs is right. Maybe this format is something that is more up their alley. And Swiss, they struggled a bit at times, Achieves, but this Oxygen team, do you think they've finally started turning it around? Can we expect more of this from them?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. 1 win is good, but we need a series of them.
Well, you know, 2 for the day is not bad. And against an Endpoint, which has been playing pretty well as of late, you know, maybe we're starting to see something. And
it is kind of what we said, you know, if Oxygen wants to say we're at the top of the table, Endpoint is a team that you need to win pretty pretty solidly against. And they did that here. Poor start, but then, like you said, they ran away with it.
Yeah, I mean, they'll have to play the winner of Galaxy Racer and Team Queso. So we'll see. I look forward to seeing that matchup, but we will have to wait. And you know what? Let's just go to a break. We've got more RLCS X coming up. Stay with us.